and especially Moselle for putting this program together for us, and for her awesome assistant, Katrina, who makes sure we have all the handouts that we need every week. So thank you for that. I'm going to be talking about green smoothies, the benefits of them. Number one on the list. So the first thing is the importance is it's very important to drink a green smoothie every day if we can, to keep our bodies alkalized, because it's been known back in the medical field, if your body is too acidic, you can catch a lot of different diseases. We want to prevent that by keeping our bodies more alkaline. So by drinking a green smoothie each day, that helps us to keep our bodies more in an alkaline state versus an acidic state. And in turn, that will keep us from getting various diseases. So with that being said, I'm going to go over how you make a green smoothie and the importance it is for our bodies. And as Moselle mentioned earlier, Vitamix is the best blender to have. Anybody who doesn't have a Vitamix, that'd be a great investment, because we want to make sure our smoothies are very smooth and not bumpy or lumpy, and they are delicious when we drink them, especially we're giving them to our children. They need to be smooth and delicious to drink. Okay, so first of all, we need to start with purified water in our smoothies. And then the gentleman earlier, he mentioned several fruits, the same as I had written down, with the strawberries, the blueberries, the bananas are very important. And it's very important too to mix your different greens up, not always to use the spinach and the kale, but use some bok choy and different ones to rotate those, because it's also important, I want to understand, is to pull the stems off of those vegetables, because if you don't, it can make your smoothie very bitter when you taste it. So we want it to be sweet and smooth, so that will encourage us to continue to want to drink it daily. It's very important to drink those smoothies daily to keep our body alkalized. And if anything that tastes good, we'll want to continue to drink it. So I want to make that point, to make sure they're delicious to taste. Also, I'll tell you some reasons, some benefits of drinking green smoothies. One benefit is that you get 5 to 7 servings of fruits and vegetables just by drinking that smoothie. And we need that, again, too, to keep our bodies alkalized. The next thing is that when you do make your smoothie, you want to have at least a quart of it every day. A quart or a 1 liter of smoothie would be essential for our bodies to keep it alkalized. Also, when we have these smoothies daily, it helps to cleanse the toxins from our bodies, which is very important, because we don't want to have a lot of toxins in our system and a lot of acidity in our system either. The next thing is when you have these smoothies, it does eliminate if you have bad breath, because of the different chemicals in the different fruits. It helps us with our oral hygiene, which is very important. Also, when we add the greens to it, the broccoli and the kale and spinach, that has chlorophyll in it. And chlorophyll is very good for our bodies. Chlorophyll is very similar to hemoglobin in the red blood cells. So we want to get as much of that as we can. And when you have that correct blender, it will make everything more smooth, as I said. And then when you pull those stems off, it won't be bitter at all. It'll be very sweet when you drink it. The other thing is there's a very good book, as mentioned, Green for Life. And Sergei Otinko is the one who is specialty in these green smoothies, and his mother wrote this book. His name is spelled Boutenko, Tinko. So that may be something to invest in your protocol, along with the things Katrina gives us as well. Also, in these smoothies, there's a lot of fiber also that we get when we have these smoothies daily. 26 to 32 grams of fiber. And what is said is the average person only gets about half that amount of fiber daily. And when you have fiber in your system, it helps to get rid of toxins as well. So that's a very important thing that we want to have. And also make sure your smoothies are very smooth and sweet to taste. And sometimes people are worried about all the fruit in the smoothies, but fruit from sugar from fruit and table sugar is very different. It's processed in our body differently. So it's okay to add these fruits that have the natural fruit in them. Table sugar has fructose in it, a lot of fructose, which these fruits don't have that. So you don't have to worry about the sugars in it. Because I know that's people wonder about having too much sugar in their diet with the fruit. So let's see. Also, smoothies have a lot of fiber. I don't know if I mentioned that. A lot of fiber in there, and that comes from all the fruits and vegetables in the grams, the 26 to 32 grams. So what we want to have. Also, now there's a gentleman that was just spoke. He showed how to make a smoothie. So I have some notes, about making the smoothies. And one of the things that came out a lot on one of the videos was it's very important to mix your greens. Don't use the same greens all the time. Like you don't want to use kale and spinach all the time. Sometimes you want to throw some bok choy in there or some other things, broth, something that else is green, not the same ones all the time. Rotate your greens and make sure you take the stems off. The other thing is the fruits, he mentioned most of all the fruits I had down, the bananas, the pineapples, the apples, the pears, and the blueberries. I had all those down, and those are the ones he used when he made his smoothie, along with a couple other ones. So that was good. And also I had down, you always want to make sure that the texture is good. I talked about that earlier. Make sure it's very smooth, because if the texture is not good, you're not going to want to drink it. So that's very important. And also make sure the quality of your produce is good. So just don't pick out fruits and vegetables that don't look good. Get the ones that they actually look good to you, like you would want to eat them. And what I read too is that when they're frozen, the best quality ones are picked out. So they're frozen. So when you get the frozen ones, it is of good qualities. So it's been said. And let's see about the else smoothie. So you got the bananas, the pineapples, the apples, the pears. The pears are very low glycemic index. I think he mentioned that as well. And so if you can consume a smoothie like that for 30 days, it's going to greatly benefit your health in so many ways. So that's basically all I had to say about the green smoothies, and the importance of taking them, and why we want to take them daily. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Dr. Sheila. All I can say is you go, girl. She just stepped up to the plate and and volunteered to help out, and when we really needed her, and we are so happy. We're so pleased, and thank you so very much for a job well done. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
I just want to mention